Welcome everyone to another exciting episode of The Tea with Pius
Solo.
And today we want to respond to questions. You guys have been listening and we've gotten overwhelming comments and questions. We put them together here and we shall be going through each one of them. So your voice is important. So let's get down with it.
Awesome.
Wow. This is Njoroge. He's asking, what do you believe are the most important qualities or habits for achieving success in any field? And how can someone develop those qualities in themselves? I'm going to repeat. What do you believe are the most important qualities or habits for achieving success in any field? And how can someone develop those qualities in themselves?
There are many. I'll pick three. First one, hunger, desire to succeed in the first place. If you don't desire it, it's a non-starter situation. You have to be hungry. I find a lot of people say they want something, but they're really not hungry enough to go after it because they're comfortable. Their bills are paid, they eat well. So, that's a point. They're okay. That's number one. How do you cultivate that? I feel that's something you're either born with or not. Is the first way to have hunger. The only other way to have it, if you're not born with it, is to be thrown into an adversity scenario that wakes you up and you realize, like in my situation, no one owes you jack. Then you have to get busy about creating value yourself. That's the first thing. That's your motivation. Why do you wake up at, it's Eid. Okay, we didn't know it was gonna be a public holiday until maybe 48, 36 hours ago. I left my family in the house asleep, enjoying the public holiday. I was up before 6 a.m. to get ready to come here. Why on earth would I do that? As opposed to cancelling and staying home and enjoying the public holiday. Because I'm committed to something, because I'm hungry for more. Because I know what I'm doing is my calling. I have purpose. Okay, so hunger is number one. Number two is discipline. You have to be disciplined. And that goes from your diet, what you eat, how you keep yourself, your body, how you manage yourself. Discipline is all about management. Famous guy once said, what you don't manage, you lose. Or what you manage poorly, you lose. What you manage well, grows. You keep and it grows. Diet, health, your time. I am ruthless with my time management. Still causes beef in my house. Because I don't mess around with time. I jokingly tell guys in the office, time is money and money buys land. When you think about it in those terms, then you understand the value of time. Yeah. So discipline is everything. Your commitment to your craft to be better, to spend the time, put in the hours, to keep time, to apologize when you screw up. That takes discipline because it has to do with self-accountability. For you to say, I'm sorry I messed up, means you take accountability yourself, as opposed to blaming everyone else. Why? Because nobody owes you jack. Life is a lot simpler when you understand that, right? So discipline is number two. And I would say number three would be, you could call it attitude, likability, which has to do with your relationship building skills. You have to learn how to be a likable human being. It's going to be very difficult for you to succeed in life if you can't get other human beings on your side, on your agenda, on your vision. That has to do with likability. And likability has to do with being a decent human being. And being a decent human being or being likable does not mean that everybody likes you or loves you, because that's impossible. Your commitment to your craft, your calling, your discipline, all that stuff will immediately separate you from other people, and that's okay. But your ability to build relationships, to be likable, is hardly ever spoken about, and I think for me is the most critical. That's been the most critical, one of the most, I'd say maybe even number 2 for whatever I consider to be success in my life. Where if I do a self-audit, it's a very personal thing. My ability to keep a relationship or cultivate one has been the primary engines behind any success I've had, including Pius sitting here. We met through a mutual friend. This is actually a very good opportunity to share this story. If we haven't shared it before, how I met Pius. You guys know who Pius is. I hope you do. If you don't, shame on you. Google and understand which room you're sitting in. Okay, so how did I meet Pius? Man, this is such an excellent example of what I'm talking about. I met Pius through a mutual friend. His name is Andrew Muthe Gitao, the owner and founder of AMG Realtors. Andrew and I were friends, competitors, yes, but friends. And actually, I'd like to take this opportunity to give a big shout out to Andrew of AMG. Amazing human being, one of the most likable human beings I've ever met. Talking about likability. Andrew knows I have not met a single human being that does not know Andrew and thinks well of Andrew. Andrew and I met selling land in Nanyuki through another mutual friend named Musioki Mbathi. Shout out to Musioki, Siox or Soxy, as some call him. Soxy introduced us because we were trying to do a deal in Nanyuki, and Andrew drove us in his tiny ramshackle Toyota Corolla thing. Almost got stuck a couple times.
Those days?
Yeah, in Karyonga.
Different story right now.
Oh my God, yeah. Andrew is, times have changed.
Times have changed.
So I met Andrew, and on a number of occasions since then, we'd meet, have coffee, have lunch, whatever. On 2 occasions, Andrew, because I needed land for specific customers who asked for land in a very particular location that I didn't have, and because we only sell what we own, we're not agents, brokers, I need capital to buy so that I can sell. It's a cash-hungry business. I didn't have capital because I'd already bought inventory somewhere else. These very important customers to me asked me for money, or rather for land in a particular location. I didn't have it. I did my research. I knew Andrew. Andrew had some land somewhere there. So I called Andrew. I was like, hey, dude, I need land in this area. Do you have anything? Yeah, I have 1, 2, 3. Why? I sell you one. I was like, man, I would love to buy, but I don't have the cash to pay you. But I have a customer with money, and me, I'm not an agent or a broker. I will not do business that way. And they've only come to me because they expect the title deed will be in my name. Now, if I wait until I have the cash to buy from you to sell to them, they may not be here. The opportunity, short window of opportunity. Andrew says, dude, you chukua the thing. I'll transfer it to you, sell to them, pay me after. You talk about millions of shillings. Wow. He's done that twice. Wow. So talking about likability. Now, if Andrew did not like me as a person, was that deal ever going to happen? No. So fast forward a few years later, he calls me up. He says, Solo, we're buying some land in Nanyuki. Yes. It's 100 acres. It's on a beautiful place with river frontage. It's on Liki River. right behind the Mayan resort, which had just broken ground. I mean, there's a lot of buzz about this new resort in. Have any of you heard of Mayan? If you haven't, again, shame on you. Google, jump in number 3, take a bus ride, whatever, go to Nanyuki, and big up to the proprietor of the Mayan for that, you know, amazing development, because it changed the landscape in Nanyuki at that time. And so naturally it piqued my interest. Wow, it's behind Mayan, it's 100 acres, it has river frontage. It's like, wait, how much is that gonna cost? It was 100 million bobs. I was like, hey, you guy, thank you for that prayer. Sijafika hapo. And he's like, no, don't worry, you come for breakfast tomorrow, I'll send you the pin drop. I showed up into an office at International Lifehouse. This office happened to be Pius's office. Never met Pius before, never heard of him in my life. He was in there with a few other individuals. I think it was 8 of us. Yeah. In the room. He hosted us for breakfast, and these guys had put together this deal, and they were bringing together like-minded people who could pull money together to buy these 100 acres. And I was so honored to be in that room in the first place because of who was there. I won't tell you everyone who was there, but it was money. It was this is the kind of rooms you would pay whatever they ask you just to be there. Forget participating in the deal. Even just to serve tea. I had a lot of respect for everyone in that room. I'll just put it out. And they were all young, youthful people, which I liked because it was encouraging to me. And they all thought well of me, which is why Andrew invited me and Pius allowed for me to be present. And we bought the 100 acres together. We pooled money, and that's how I met Pius. Yeah. Was that ever going to happen if I wasn't likable?
We raised over 100 million in 2 weeks.
Yes. I have never raised 8.5 something million shillings so fast in my life. Why? Because I was not going to be left out. I just wasn't. Like, I didn't care. My cars were going to get sold. I was going to sell my shoes. I didn't care. Because I recognize the value in association with Andrew, Pius, and everyone else that was in that room. And they allowed me to participate. I have friendships and personal relationships with most of those guys today. Yeah. If I called Andrew tomorrow, I know I could do a deal with him. He's my competitor, yes. But there's no enmity. No. And that all has to do with likability. Your attitude in life will determine your altitude. So I'll stick to those 3, but that's a topic we could go on about for months.
Yeah. There's a book I read when I was in my 20s. I'm sure you guys have probably come across it. It's titled, "If you want to be a CEO, act like a CEO." And when I read that book, instantly, I started acting like a CEO. And I put it down. Remember, I had defined my success. I put it down that I want to be a CEO by the age of 30. And everything around me was just, inside of me, I was just acting like, not just acting, but building this CEO personality. And I think I became a CEO at 32. Which was also a shocker to me, because I think there are things you wish for yourself, then they kind of happen faster than you thought. And just to sort of give a recap what you said, success is attracted, not pursued. Success is attracted, not pursued. Whatever success you pursue, you cannot sustain it. But whatever success you attract, you find you can sustain it. The other thing I'd like to say is that success is first of all birthed inside of us before it is manifests publicly. So there is a vision of Grand Acres, is a vision of Goshen acquisition that nobody in this room, even the ones who work for Solo, they've never seen. But that vision is inside of him. It is as good as done. There is a success of Nabo that is inside of me that nobody in Nabo and nobody in our clans have ever seen it. But I work towards it every day. You get? And so when that success manifests publicly, it will seem like a shocker to people, but it will not be a shocker to me because it is already birthed inside of me. Are we together? So, you know, in this world there are a lot of fake things, fake cliches, like fake it until you make it. That is as fake as it sounds, you know. You can't fake success. And the most important thing is character. The thing that was common in the people we called in that room was character. I did not know about Solo's many things, you get, eh? But the person who called Solo into that room trusted in his character. And you can't go into $100 million deal with people that you don't trust in their character. So character is the one thing that makes sure that your success is unshakable. It's not faked. You see, you can't fake character. Character is what you do privately when nobody else is seeing. You get? So, and what shapes character is our daily habits, which Solo has spoken about. Today is a holiday, and I was up. I was in the gym by 5. Whether it is a holiday or it's a working day, they are all the same to me. It's that thing that you do consistently, that habit, you get it? Yeah. That's what really builds your character. And once your character is firmed up, your character starts attracting. Because people who are like you start noticing you. Or people who, you know, Solo was saying, sometimes he wonders why are these people who are so distinguished, why are they even interested in him? But what do they see? Character. Work on your character and success will be looking for you.
All right, thank you so much for tuning in. Those of you who are watching virtually, we really appreciate you taking time to listen in with the audience here. We are so grateful for the opportunity to share our experiences. Hopefully it adds value to your lives. We hope you'll continue to stay tuned. We'll have more episodes coming up. If you have any questions, please send them through. Make comments. Make sure you like the videos and subscribe and share them only with people that you like, please. We'll look forward to seeing you next time. I am Solomon.
And I'm Pius Muchiri, and this is the Tea.